Welcome, my beautiful people, to This Week in Review. I'm going to start with this week's question. First of all, I apologize for being a day late. Been doing a lot of traveling, super busy. So let me get into this week's question. This week's question is, Fernando, I have a small short-term rental business with 2 properties, and you often talk about getting a PMS system. But what's the difference between a channel manager and a PMS system, and what do you recommend for a small operation like mine? Good question. Let me go ahead and let's first define what a channel manager is and what a PMS system is, and we'll go into the differences, and then I'll give you some recommendations depending on what your goals are, because it's going to be heavily dependent on what you want to do. If you plan on only staying with 2 properties, then I'm going to gear you towards one way. If you plan on expanding, then I'm going to gear you to another way. But first, let's define what a channel manager is. A channel manager is basically a distribution software that's going to help you list your property and manage the calendars across a variety of platforms like Airbnb, Booking.com, Verbal, or even your own website. The function of that channel manager is to keep everything synchronized and you don't get double bookings. That's what a channel manager does. A channel manager can be inexpensive and something that you can use, and I recommend if you're going to stay small. But I often tell people, regardless of whether you're planning on growing in the future or not, I lean always towards a PMS system, and I'm going to tell you why. So a PMS system is a more comprehensive channel manager, right? It's going to have that channel manager capability in it, but it also is more, or it can expand to other parts of your business, like your finances, guest communication, your team, either coordination or communication. So for example, scheduling your cleaners or cleanings, your maintenance reports. You can do financial reports. You can do so much more with a PMS system. And today, with 2 properties, there's a lot of PMS systems that you can get into that are not going to cost you much more, and oftentimes can be almost the same cost as a channel manager. So I'm going to recommend that you go the PMS system route versus the channel manager. But if money is an issue, then go with the channel manager. But understand that you're going to be very limited, and you're still going to be spending a lot of time doing stuff like accounting, like manually scheduling your cleaners or your maintenance people. So, if you can afford it, go to PMS route, the PMS system route. If you can't, then the channel manager is going to be your better option. Now, your third option, and I'm going to self-promote myself here, your third option that's going to be even less expensive, but it's going to give you the same capability, and oftentimes it's going to allow you to work less while you're learning how to operate a business, and maybe it'll help you decide whether or not you want to expand. Just simply team up with someone. Let a company like ours be your co-host, and let us manage your guest communication, your coordination with your cleaners. Let us handle the operations side of the house, and then you worry about being the boots on the ground. If and when you're needed, then you can respond. It's going to really free you up to do a lot of different other things, because if you're a small operation, I'm going to assume that you're probably doing this part-time, or you're probably just doing this to supplement your income, and this is not your full-time job. So if it's not your full-time job, then don't let it take up a lot of your time, and just simply hire someone else. Now, again, if you go the PMS route, that's also going to free up some time, because you can automate a lot of the stuff that you're currently doing manually. Anyway, hope that answered your question. If it did not, be more specific as to what you're looking for in the comments below. So now let's get into last week's finances. Total revenue for last week, it's 31,000, a little over 31,000. We had 259 nights booked. Our occupancy rate went up to 62.5%. Again, not where we're normally at or where I'd like to be, but better than last week, which last week we were at, if you remember from last week's video, we were at 55% occupancy rate. Our average daily rate is at 120 and our RevPAR is at 75. Again, these numbers are lower than normal because again, we're just entering the summer season, right? We finished the spring season, which is peak. We're in that between stage, and now we're going into the summer. So you're going to start to see these numbers go up as we go into July and August. Revenue per channel, Airbnb this week came in at number one at $20,330. We came in second at $3,270. Booking.com came in at $2,750. Marriott came in at $2,670. And then other platforms came in at $2,120. In terms of RevPAR per property, you're looking at Miami at $200. OP Cabana, which is the Oakland Park property, came in at $203 over Miami Luxury. Then you have Oakland Palms at $193, Wilton Manors at $156, and all others at $84. In terms of team update, nothing to report, nothing new with staffing. We had no issues in operations this week. And in terms of projects, the only thing we're currently doing, just the same thing we've been doing the last couple of weeks, is just really focusing on expanding our co-hosting operations and our short-term rental optimizations. We spent, last week we spent in Cartagena. If you looked at that video, you saw I was in another location, but we spent that week in Cartagena optimizing a few short-term rentals. Currently, I'm not optimizing anything, but I'm back in Puerto Rico. But we have coming up in next week, I'll be back in Colombia. I'm going to be in Medellin and Bogota, and we're going to be doing some optimization there. So if you're in either Medellin and Bogota and you want us to, or you want to partner up with us, or you want us just to check out your property and figure out how we can optimize that, then just DM me. Hope this information was useful. If it was, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, follow me on Instagram. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.